KP's Video News, baby. You know what time it is. That's right, it's time for KP's Video News. And this story I'm getting ready to do right quick has a lot to do with OKRA and her wife GAYLE King over there acting like total idiots. And it's like all of a sudden now we got a whole nother story. The last time it was dealing with the charges that Oprah's coming out saying bad things about black guys when she had said not one word about all these white guys that are out there so-called allegedly perpetrating the same crimes. Now we got GAYLE King is under serious fire for the statement she made about Kobe Bryant for no apparent reason. But as of today, earlier today, I read an article claiming that OKRA went on TV crying, trying to take up for GAYLE King or whatever, and the damage is done. The damage is done, and you guys are serial offenders here. You're not gonna stop because that's the program that you working under. You working under the Hate All Men program. And just be real about it. We know you're a couple of lesbians over there, so just stop faking. Okay, Oprah Winfrey and GAYLE King are not the most loved figures in the black community right now. People are beginning to catch on to a problematic trend in OKRA's interviewing habits, seemingly exposing an exclusive list of black celebrities and refusing to go after any white men or women who have been accused of similar crimes. We saw Oprah Winfrey take on R. Kelly, Michael Jackson, Russell Simmons, and others in the last year after GAYLE King's interview with Lisa Leslie went viral for all the wrong reasons this week, containing a clip where King asked basketball star if Kobe Bryant's 2003 rape trial taints his legacy. She had also been earning tons of heat from a number of outlets. 50 Cent has been vocal about his thoughts on Oprah and King. Now Snoop Dogg is chiming in as well. Sidebar here. I'm not one of the biggest Snoop Dogg fans, to be honest about it. I think he's, just sometimes can be comical. Sometimes he can be a buffoon, like dancing for sausage on that Dunkin' Donuts commercial. I'm not with all that. But I have to agree with him on this one, And, hey, here we go. Posting a headline about Oprah's spiritual healer allegedly being taken down for sex crimes, Snoop spoke on the controversy surrounding both Winfrey and King in his caption by asking where his documentary is. We're waiting. When, or is it only blacks that y'all want to interview and try to tarnish their reputation over accusations? Screw both of y'all on behalf of the whole hood. You bees are not with us. GAYLE and Oprah have been bullshit, so fuck y'all and y'all superpower, said Snoop. And this follows up a video message that Snoop shared last night requesting that GAYLE King discontinue any talks surrounding Kobe Bryant and politely asking her to let the family grieve. Does Snoop have a point? Yes, he does. He does have a point. And so it says, we're waiting on Oprah Winfrey to do a story about her spiritual healer that got sentenced, her white spiritual healer that got sentenced to 19 years for sex crimes. So where's the documentary about him? Nowhere to be seen. This is her so-called spiritual healer, got sentenced to 19 years for sex crimes and is in prison right now. So, that it's a real double standard going on here. So now this is a follow-up that had the story that Lisa Leslie, and everybody's giving her praise because Lisa Leslie responded to GAYLE King's following Kobe Bryant rape questions and has social media this morning. This is yesterday, day before, has come under fire for questioning Lisa Leslie about Kobe Bryant's rape allegations. But while King has been criticized over the interview, social media has been Applauding Leslie's response after being asked about the allegation multiple times, Leslie firmly stated that she does not believe the situation to be complicated. I don't think it's something that we should keep hanging over his legacy, she said, following the airing of the interview. Many of Bryant's fans are praising Leslie for taking a stand and not further commenting on the situation. Thank you, Lisa Leslie, for being respectful and not wavering in your stance. You're right. Why not question Kobe on that case 17 years ago when it happened, and now that he's dead, Gayle King is a mess, just like her wife, Oprah Winfrey. Gayle and Oprah need to stop demonizing black men. Lisa, outstanding job. You knew Kobe as a friend and a family man. G and O are some real vultures. So there's some real vultures, man, and they just come out the woodwork. Lisa Leslie is correct. His legacy is not complicated at all, and only a few want to bring up the 17-year-old case that got dismissed and never heard of again. Give Bryant's family privacy at this difficult time, and hey, this really disgusting and soulless weaponizing of a tragedy for some kind of political and agenda to tarnish the dead man's legacy is this is just sickening. It's really sickening. The man is dead, and anybody that knows me personally, they already know that I was not really a big Kobe fan. I was not really a big Kobe fan. So but I still have to say this: the man is dead. He's dead. His wife is grieving. He got kids that he left behind. It was a tragic accident, and I feel sorry for his family, and I feel sorry for all the people and all the people's families that were on that helicopter that passed away, all of them. And so it's just like, hey, sometimes you gotta have some class, and you just gotta let some of that dumb shit go. You gotta let it go, because it makes absolutely no sense to even bring something like that up when the man can't defend himself. He's not here anymore. Swimming's racist past makes Simone Manuel's win an even bigger deal. And this is a new story. In celebration of National Women's and Girls Sports Day, we are revisiting this heartfelt article. The super athlete Simone Manuel has gone on to becoming the first woman to win 7 swimming medals at a world championship competition, which she did in 2019. On Thursday, the world watches as Simone Manuel became the first African-American woman to win a gold medal in an individual swim event, and the first black woman to win an Olympic swimming medal, period, as she glided through the water and after set a new Olympic record in the process. So first thought that crossed my head was a powerful scene in introducing Dorothy Dandridge, the HBO film about the actress's life. In the scene, Dandridge, played by Halle Berry, walks past a hotel swimming pool after being told she couldn't get in. Instead of being defeated, she defiantly dips her toe in the water and kicks it around. In the very next scene, however, the pool is being drained and cleaned by black workers as Dandridge watches from her hotel room. Apparently, even dipping a toe in the water was too much for the hotel's white patrons who complained. And this actually happened. This is not just in the movie. This happened in real life. So she said she woke up this morning to hundreds of notifications because the tweet has since been gone viral, and the world has been reintroduced to the ugly history we have faced as African Americans in this country. According to statistics from the U.S. Swimming Foundation, nearly 70% of black children are unable to swim, and many black adults hold a petrifying fear of even entering the water. The long history of African Americans' fear of water does not go unwarranted. The trauma from our ancestors is still deeply rooted in us today. Enslaved Africans traveling thousands of miles across the ocean and being deprived of food and water while watching the bodies of their shipmates being cast away overboard is still embedded in our DNA. When we look Over the past 100 years, our history with the fear of water is even more understandable. Racism, racist product advertising for soap depicting black babies as dirty in the before picture and coming out clean and white in the after picture still circulate on the internet today. Images of segregated water fountains based on the belief that black people had diseases that could be contracted if shared are still in our collective memories. Stories about black celebrities such as Dandrick and Sammy Davis Jr. swimming in hotel pools, for example, at the New Frontier Hotel and Casino in 52, only have to have them drained after they got out are still being told. Back in the 1960s, African Americans were systematically denied access to swimming, and many saw it as a privilege for whites that was never meant for us. With desegregation came the hopes of this pathology would change, but the only thing that changed was how deeper our country would dig its heels into the racism surrounding shared water. Rather than desegregate, many public pools closed or were filled in with cement to prevent anyone from swimming. Those that remained were hostile to African Americans. White people even went as far as pouring acid in the water while black people were swimming in the pools and staging protests and walkouts after desegregation. Later, country clubs became the new way to keep black Americans out of the water. As private, often expensive spaces, these clubs created a place where white children could swim freely without sharing water with black kids. Even when African Americans had access to pools, they were built with shallow waters that weren't large enough to teach traditional swimming, and by that time, many of us no longer had a desire to break through the fear of eroding our willingness to swim. Fast forward to today, we continue to see the death by drowning at an alarming rate for African Americans because many of us cannot swim. The rates at which black children drown is 3 times higher than our white counterparts, according to the Center for Disease Control. When Cullen Jones won the Olympic medal in 2008, he spoke on how swimming needs to become a requirement, especially in black communities. Jones, who has 4 Olympic medals, was enrolled in swimming lessons after nearly drowning at age 5. His story of nearly drowning is heard too often in our community, and that's why Manuel's win is so important. So this is something that goes on right today. You know, we got to think about, it's just people think about just swimming. It's just a little fun, but you also have to think about the fact that if you cannot swim, then it's a possibility that you may drown in the swimming pool because you don't know how to swim. So best thing to do is go and learn how to swim, and let's break these stereotypes. You know, we're good in every sport all the way across the board. I don't care what it is. And do your history and do the research. Black folks invented hockey. We invented hockey. So when those white people out there talking about, oh, black people, it's a handful of black skaters out there that are playing hockey now in the NHL. They're telling the black guys, go back to playing basketball, go play football. This is a white man's sport. When black people invented hockey in Canada, black people from slaves that had escaped from the United States went to Canada in the 1700s and 1800s, and they are the ones that invented hockey. Look it up. I'm not making this up. So, KP's Video News. It is what it is, folks. Peace.